Here we go. Again, for those wondering, ChronoS, oh, it's a TvZ. Let's go. For those wondering, ChronoS, of course, he is one of the OG Cranky Ducklings, one of the OG fans and viewers of Crank back in the day, and has been a part of us for many years. Many years at this point. He's a med student. Did, of course, recently, I believe, finish his thesis, and I believe he is now has his master's, if I'm not mistaken. God, it's been so long. Been a journey, Papi. And here we go, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Radisson Station. We have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran, representing the Cranky Ducklings. He's one of our own. He is ChronoS. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Zerg player. It is Revenge. Now, it's been a while since we've casted ChronoS. I want to say the last time I casted ChronoS was like 2018. Long time ago. Maybe 2019. It's been a long time. Since ChronoS competed in our amateur events, and I always appreciate seeing ChronoS in chat. He also helps us with translations. If there's ever like some Korean that we need translated, ChronoS is always there to help. ChronoS even casted a little bit in Korean as well. Back in the day, did a couple of Korean streams over on his channel. Much love. And yeah, back in the day, ChronoS, he was known, I say mech, ChronoS was more known for BCs, the battle cruiser pipe. The BC was ChronoS's unit of choice. And we're gonna see that here on Radisson Station. This is not a bad map to take up and to be greedy. This is renowned for that. So far, Hatchcast Pool standard opener from Revenge. I could be mistaken, but I think this this game was played on the Korean server. I could be wrong. Maybe ChronoS can give us a little bit of insight in the chat. Spreading tumor at my doorstep. It was an animal. Oh, an animal. But here we go. Again, we have a Rax Expand. So far, pretty standard openers all around. Talking about Radisson Station. Fun fact, this is the first time we're casting on Radisson Station in like a week. It is the most vetoed map in the map pool. It's not seen very often at the highest level of play in the competitive scene. We sometimes get to see this map in WTL because the maps are predetermined and the players don't get a say in what they play in when it comes to the game number one. So we get to see this map in WTL at least, but outside of that, a big reason why we rarely get to see this map at the highest level is because of its features. Pocket base, no Reaper Cliff leading into the natural or the main, so just very difficult to scout, very secure three-way setup. We have a secure fourth base as well. This is a map known for turtling, known for late game. It is very easy to get up to 4 bases on this map, and very difficult to break a player and deny that 4-base setup. Not impossible, but difficult. So we'll see what direction we go in. Cyclones are on the way. We have the add-on swap. Aye. This doesn't bode well. We're going to be getting into Cyclone production. Back at home, Revenge going to be working on that pocket base as well. Is going to be working through those minerals, eventually looking to expand and take a third base. A lot of Zerg players on this map, they actually take the triangular third, or this forward third base as their third instead. The reason for this is because it takes a little bit too long to mine through this, and you know, you can defend this quite easily. You don't need to take the pocket as your third. It is usually wiser to save this base as your fourth or your fifth base. Your fourth base even. Instead, Revenge going for a sub 4-minute lair. Oh my god. We're going for a Baliness into that was like a 3-minute 45 lair timing very early here. This could be a Nidus. I'm curious. This could be Dropper Lords. I mean, there's no Overlord speed, so unlikely for it to be Dropper Lords. But I'm very curious where we're going with this. You don't get a lair this early without good reason. Okay, ChronoS is letting us know. NA, play on the NA server. Fair enough. Behind this, we're getting into our 3-1-1 setup here. Okay, we're working towards Stim, working towards Marine production. ChronoS, he barely takes down the tumor, but he doesn't get into the main. Again, this is the big disadvantage of this map, is that it's so difficult to scout your opponent and to get a read on what exactly is going on. 2 gases have been taken, lairs finishing up. Are we just getting into fast failing speed? No shot. Okay, fast bailing speed. Very odd choice here. Additional gases are being taken. This should be for Spire play. There's no reason to get up to 4 gases like this without, there we go, without taking up. And it's not going to be Spire, it's going to be a fast Hydra Den. Let's go. So Revenge, he's rushing into Hydras. Ooh, getting into double Evos as well. This is really gas intensive. And the scan, oh my god! The scan sees everything. We see the Balian researching the lair, the upgrades, and the tech of the Hydra Den. ChronoS, he sees, he knows. Now with this, we can approach this in a couple of different ways. Ooh, second factory is on the way. Interesting choice. Basically, upon seeing a Hydra heavy composition, tanks are what you want. Tank production is ideal. Widow mines are for mutas, tanks are for Hydras. That's kind of the way that you can approach that. For now, we have built ourselves up towards 6 Cyclones. That's quite a hefty Cyclone count. Third CC has been taken on location. Infestation bits on the way. My god, Revenge, he's taking up so quickly. He isn't even saturated on 3 bases. The scan reveals this. No saturation. Like, this is just so tech heavy. Roach Warren gets thrown down as well. A bit of everything. Meanwhile, Cyclones, they shut down the Overlord behind this. I'm curious as to what this second factory is going to be. There we go. Tech Lab is on the way. Again, we should be seeing tanks coming out from ChronoS. But we'll see what direction he takes. At the same time, we have a Cyclone drop moving out as well, heading towards that pocket base. Ling run by is attempting to get across the map, but again, we have a full wall off. Like, these Lings, they can't really achieve too much here. And we're going straight for those drones, and there's barely any drones to begin with. Again, Revenge, he only has 48 workers. Target firing, 1 drone goes down. Oh, the pickup. A bit of miscontrol there. 1 Cyclone goes down. We have Cyclone speed on the way, and we're not getting into tanks, by the way. We're still committed to Cyclones. Aye, aye, aye. So this is kind of like a hybrid style here. It's Bio Cyclone, Bio Mech, Bio Battle Mech, Cyclone speed in production. 1-1 is on the way here for the Bio Army. Getting into additional Marines. Interesting composition. The problem that I have with Cyclones here is that because this base layout is so secure, the Cyclones don't have any potential to harass. Like, run-bys aren't really a thing. Like, you can't run by this pocket base. You can't really run by this base either, because this is where the main army should be staying and should be stationed. So I'm not convinced by the Cyclone play. It's +1 vehicle weapons. As we are moving out with some Cyclone drops. What is this? This looks like a Heart of the Swarm variation of Hellbat drops. Cyclone drops, Fabi. Aye, aye, aye. Sensor tower's thrown down. Revenge is going to be threatening that wall. Still droning, getting up to 3-base saturation. Hive is almost done. With the Hive, we can get into Lunkers. Hydra Lurker Viper, even. Which would be ideal. Meanwhile, here come the Cyclones. We're looking to potentially snipe a base. Cyclones don't really do too much damage to buildings anymore, so we can maybe get the Queens even. Revenge is out of position. He has a massive Lingbane army over towards right-hand side, and the Cyclones, they rock up. Again, it takes a longer time to kill bases, so they're going to chip away at the hatchery. Lings are coming into support. We do transfuse. And the drop is forced back. And here comes the Lingbane. No tanks are in position. We're pushing in. The wall gets broken. The splits are not there. And we crash into the Bio Army. We get into the mineral line as well. SCVs are going down. The Marauders are going to be able to soak a lot of these hits, though. The kiting. Ooh. The kiting was good enough, and we do survive. ChronoS, he maintains his economic lead. He's up in workers. He has mules as well. He survives. Whew, that was... that was close, though. And we're still making more Cyclones. God damn it. More Cyclones are on the way. Banelings in production as well. And we are going to be committing here. Going for +1 melee, where we haven't really made use of the Hydras. This is really weird out of revenge. Remember, he rushed into the Hydra Den, never really made use of it, still just committed to Ling Bane instead. Pushing in. Because it's Ling Bane, this is where Widow Mines would come into play. Widow Mines or tanks, either or. Mines especially. We do bust in once again. We connect with the Marines. But so far the positioning is good. Hot pick up here, up the ramp as well. We do barely hold on. And these trades have not been worthwhile for revenge. He's just been ramming his face against this wall and it just hasn't been worth it. And here comes a Cyclone drop. Take down the Queen. We can go for the workers. Drones are going down. Oh my god, and there's barely any workers to begin with. Ah. Every single worker is going to be falling. Hydras come out just in time. We can even try to trade against them as well. But we do pick up. We do get the hell out of there. And Revenge, he's knocked down to 43 drones. Now finally getting into his Hydra production. We have the Ultra Cavern, I guess, if we wanted to. But now we have to give the edge to ChronoS. Again, he's been secure on these 3 bases. This is the downside here. Like, this is a PSA. If you're playing on Radisson Station, if you want to be aggressive, you can't. Like, trying to break this natural base, it's so difficult. Imagine this game, but if ChronoS had like 2 tanks, like one on the high ground, one low ground, or even a couple of Widow Mines, Revenge, he'd be trading even worse. So this aggressive style it's not really viable here on Radisson Station, and Revenge, he's finding out the hard way as he is pushing once again, this time with Hydras. Oh, stop, just calm down, just drone. We just need a drone, saturate our bases, take another base, calm down. But the Hydras are pushing and into this mass marine army. Oh my god, ChronoS, he's maxed out his macro bot. His macro is on point and he's snowballing out of control. At this point we can push. Hydras went down. No lurkers. If we had some lurkers, then we can fight this. This is a very marine heavy composition. Very fragile army. If we have a handful of lurkers, then we can pull off a miracle. Instead, we're working on ultra upgrades. I mean, ultras can work as well. It's just ultras aren't as seamless of a transition from Hydras. Like Hydras, they can morph into lurkers. Ultras, they need a lot of time to morph in, and they're quite expensive as well. As we're getting into 333. +3 melee, range, and carapace all at the same time. You love to see it. Vipers are on the way as well to help support. And again, ChronoS should now be pushing. Drop is coming out. And if ChronoS were to move out now, there's nothing to stop him. Like, this Ling Hydra army would melt before the might of ChronoS. Instead, he's going for drop play, just being safe and secure. ChronoS has max. And again, now is the time to move out. Now is the time to push. And I'm hoping he does. Like, it's possible that maybe ChronoS is waiting for 3-3, but like, there's nothing stopping him. The longer this goes on, the higher chances Revenge has of coming back in this game. And there it is. Ultras are now in production. We could have 100% hit before Ultras. Now we're moving out, it looks like. And now we're pushing. The Ultras, they may come out just in time, but it's only going to be 3 Ultras. Ooh, Revenge, he's supply blocked. 4 Overlords are on the way. They're going to be pushing through the center. Yeah, these Ultras, they will finish. Looks like we're checking the gold base first. Scanning ahead of time. The Ling Bane army is amassing. ChronoS so far just taking it slow and steady, working through all this creep. He scans the army. And how good are the splits? Ah, we need a free split. Lightning clouds are thrown down. The Cyclone's going to be going down as well. And so far, the spread is good enough. It's more than good enough. We annihilate the army. It melts before the might of all these Marines. And now only Ultras remain. So far, the kiting is, again, good enough. take down the Ultras. Who needs ghosts? We have one ghost. Who needs them? Not ChronoS, as we just stim and win. There's nothing to slow him down. We have 4 Ultras in production, but the base is going to fall. And so will all these workers. 3-3 did kick in for the Zerg. Decent Bailey connections, but Ultras on their own, they can't really stand strong. We're kind of breaking through. Kind of. But that's going to be the final Ultra going down. Again, we have a couple of reinforcements trickling on in. Looks like Revenge, he may even force a pickup. The powerbomb. A split, Pappy, split. Ah. There we go, we do split towards the end. From here, ChronoS backing up. He's got a massive bank to work with as well. 3k minerals, 2k gas. We're still making Cyclone. Ay. Still making Cyclones. Plus 3 vehicle weapons is on the way. I'm shaking my head. Shaking my head, Pat. As the Ultras on their own, again, they need support. Ultras, they need Fungal Growth or Ling Bane as well. They're going to get shut down. They trade with Marines, but overall, ChronoS, he takes a better trade. He has the economy. He can expand from here. He can pick up his main, take the gold if he wanted to. And we can move out. There are still Ultras, and you can see that it's been quite difficult for ChronoS to actually work his way through the Ultras just because of the lack of Marauders. Lack of Ghosts, lack of Snipes. Here we go, we're pushing in. I love that the Cyclones are being used to tank. They're being used to, like, just take the swipes to the face. It's kind of working, you know, they take 2 swipes. ChronoS just rallying his army together. There is a hidden base here towards the north. ChronoS, he doesn't see, he doesn't know. He hasn't seen the base. Revenge trying to hold on here, hoping that ChronoS overextends. Here comes the Ling Bane. Up! Here comes the Ling Bane. And so far, the stutter stepping is okay. We do take some Baileys to the face. Do we have any snipes? As we barely do, or barely will clean this up. That's a lot of medevacs. As the army is forced back. Revenge, once again, he's holding. Barely. And really, this hidden base is keeping him in this. If ChronoS was aware, he would have shut this down long ago. But it's still fully operational. Gold base now being taken. We're double expanding. ChronoS remaxing. Again, what does he need against all these Ultras? Liberators, Marauders, Ghosts would be ideal. We're getting there. Less Cyclones. As we are building up for, like, the 3rd attack wave. Here we go. We are pushing. As we do end up landing one of those parachute bombs as well. Decent connection, but a good split here from ChronoS, keeping his medevacs alive. He's holding. He's dealing with it, and I do think that Revenge is, again, being a little bit overeager. He needs to, talking about the Zerg player a little bit, we need to expand. We need to take more bases. We need to get an economy set up here. The game so far has been all about surviving, and hey, we've survived. It's been impressive, but now we need an economy, and it's something that we just don't have. Because of that, Revenge is stuck at sub 150 supply this entire time. He's been barely treading water. He's running out of resources, running out of gas geysers. There we go, hatchery now being taken. But it may just be too little too late as we have Remax once again. We still have more Get rid of the Cyclones! Get rid of them! They're dead supply. Ay. Well, more Marauders or Ghosts would just be better here, but it's fine. We're pushing in. I'm shaking my head. Get him out of here. These Cyclones, they've been stopping you from winning the game, Bob. Este Cyclones. How many ultras do we have? 8, oh, 9 ultras. Oh my god. But pushing into these freedom zones. The freedom has arrived. Liberation is here. And there's no answer. There's no anti-air. I mean, there's a couple of Hydras, but Hydras pushing into freedom zones is a difficult thing to do. Viper comes in, yoinks a lib. But the freedom goes ham. Oh my god. The ultras are getting annihilated. We're breaking through the line though. We bust through the libs. We're getting on top of the army as well. The ultras getting very low. They will all go down. Only Hydras remain. That was 9 ultras down the drain. We have 0 left. 1 in production. And ChronoS, he's popping off. He's on 70 workers. Full saturation. Full mining for the most part. There's an orbital, not a planetary, so Revenge, he can actually get some damage done. He is going for the space on the right hand side. He's catching some SCVs. ChronoS, he has to respond. He's out of position. SCVs are going down. Revenge, he's not taking this line down. Oh, there is a planetary as the 4th though, so we have to respect that. Have to back up. As the Marines are stimming on 4, the Hydras are getting caught out as well. Expensive losses here for Revenge. I didn't mind him harassing this base and denying mining and killing workers, but committing to a fight here was not the right call. Bleeding out too much. Behind this, we're building up the ultra count again. Scanning. Oh my god, the scans. He scans bottom right. He still hasn't seen the base. He doesn't scan top left. He scanned bottom right, but doesn't see the hatchery. They're pushing in. Scans are real. Hydra's coming in from behind, catching some reinforcements. Oh, the hiding not quite there. We get a full surround, but alas, this bio army is being cleaned up actually. Oh my god. The trays, the move command. Revenge, he's pulling this off. Despite being so far down in supply, the control wasn't quite there for ChronoS, and oh my god. Revenge, he's yeah, fighting well, everything considered, all things considered. Again, the kiting here has I mean, ChronoS has been struggling with the kites, and I mean, pulling back into Hydras was less than ideal. The surround was real. Clutch transfuse, keeping these ultras alive. Okay, we're gonna be muling to try to keep these medevacs alive as well. The repairs are real. Look, the liberation zones. Oh my god, it is becoming a bit too much. The army kiting back here through the freedom zones with the reinforcements still mainly Marine. Oh my god. As Revenge cleans this up. Oh my god. He's barely surviving. Spire on the way so we can finally make some anti-air to deal with all these medevacs. I still need to say that like ChronoS is in a better position, but like these engagements, they haven't really been ideal. He's not making it easy on himself. As the ultras go for a big counterattack, they're forcing everything to turn back around. SCVs are falling. We get some snipes. Let's go. Finally, some snipes. We deal with the army. Now we can push. And once again, what do we have left here? Have we run out of steam? It looks like we kind of have. Like every single one of these fights, we've had like maybe like 5 or 6 ultras. ChronoS. We're expanding towards the top left. ChronoS, he doesn't know. He hasn't seen. He doesn't know. as we're finally going to be rotating up towards the north. It looks like we are finally going to find this base. After almost the entire game, it's been here mining. But ChronoS should be checking. At the same time, a big counterattack, we may end up in a weird base trade. Yeah, these SVs are looking quite exposed. Again, no planetary. And we're committing. We come across the bases and we're just going for a full base trade. Let's go. We're going to be pushing forward. The ultras are across the map. The planetary is going to trade well, but will eventually fall. And we're going to keep on pushing. ChronoS, he should be able to bust into the main. There's nothing back. Oh, I say there's nothing back at home. There are 2 ultras. At the same time, Revenge busting into the main base of ChronoS as well. We need some urgency here. We need to dive in. We need to push, Papi. Revenge looking to get on top of the production. Here come the freedom zones. And again, with these freedom zones, we should be able to break through. But I feel like I've said that multiple times at this point. Good bathing connections. But the ultras go down, and finally, we've broken in. Oh my god. We have finally made it here. Ultra's going to be trickling on forward. Production is under fire. These bases still up and running, by the way. But we get on top of the tech, and with this, there's nothing else that Revenge can do from here. Sure, he's broken into the main base, so we have so many other bases here. Production is being rebuilt. We could always lift these buildings, but it's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. As we push into the main, we're cleaning up all of this tech. There's no mining here at the natural either. And the question becomes, are we going to really go down to the last buildings? Oh, no. I hope not, as ChronoS doesn't push into the pocket base. He's actually turning back around. Looks like he wants to deal with the main army, or, yeah, go towards top left. Alright, what do we have? Units tab. We have 2 ultras and 40 lings against 35 marines, 10 marauders, 11 liberators. Yeah, we come across the last mining base. No more economy for the Zerg player. And we will take down at the top left as well. It was a good effort from the Zerg. Again, the economy is really what hurt him. The lack of economy, the lack of mining, lack of saturation. Good fights, but if only it did come down to the fights. As eventually ChronoS overwhelmed. GG. No, GG. GG gets called, and ChronoS will take the game. Oh my god. GG, well played. And yeah, slow and steady. I'm adverse to the mass cyclone style. I feel like the cyclones were hurting ChronoS more than helping him. I'm shaking my head. But outside of that, solid play overall. GG, well played. Good to see you playing again. It's been a long time. Again, ChronoS has been busy with his studies for many, many years. Busy with, of course, becoming a doctor. And as a result, hasn't had the luxury of playing too much in a very long time. So good to see you back, Pappy. Good to see you back. Good to see you in the chat. And with that, ChronoS will take the final game here, and that is our final replay cast. Our final replay of the night. We are done. It's been a 5.5 hour stream. Oh my god. We're done. We have finished the marathon. We casted KSL yesterday, like over 24 hours ago. KSL into World Team League, into ESL Masters Americas, into the Nations Total Tussle, into some viewer replays. We're done. It's time for bed. It's time to get some sleep. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in, and a shout out to all the lovely people that redeemed their replays here and had us cast. Thank you, do appreciate it. When it comes to the rest of the night, we're going to be back in 7 hours. 7 hours and 49 minutes, so I'm going to be able to sleep for maybe 6. I'm going to try and sleep for 6 hours. And then we're going to be getting up, ready to go for ESL Masters Asia in 7 hours and 40 minutes. After ESL Asia is going to be ESL Masters Europe and ESL Masters Americas. So we'll see you then in around 8 hours for the finals of all the regionals. This is it, the final day of ESL Masters. Be sure you're a part of it. It's a big weekend, a big day of StarCraft. We're going to be crowning multiple champions. The champion for Asia, the champion for Europe, and the champion for the Americas as well. So see you soon. See you then. See you then. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate the support. Big shout out to all the support that we got tonight as well. We got raids from Jason. We got raids from Dave Testa, from Ryu as well. And Games Kingdom, Gustavo, gracias. Thank you so much for all the raids. We got a couple of subscribers as well. We even got a couple of bits donated, so we appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Not too sure who, but we'll find someone to raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. So give them a chance, give them some love, give them some support. As we try to find someone. Oh, Eon. Oh, Papi. Eon is laddering. I think we're going to be, sending our raid over to Eon. Again, he's a great guy. He is a Costa Rican Zerg player. The best player in all of Costa Rica. So give him some love. Give him some support. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for everything here. And we'll see you guys in just under 8 hours for some more StarCraft. See you then. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.